everyone. Hello. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Oops, let me turn my Oop, ta echoing back, right? I gotta remember to turn my volume off. Alright guys, so yeah, let's get into it. This is the reading for Gemini. I started streaming a little bit earlier, a couple minutes earlier, to give people a chance to come and join. We'll start at 11:15. I'm gonna start the reading. But I'll go ahead and do some, let me go ahead and get my candle on. It's like I gotta conserve my candles. Unfortunately, I can't have them just burning the whole time because I can't run out and get more like the way I normally do. Alright guys. Gonna get into the April general outlook for Gemini. Hello, Tristina. How are you? The winner for the giveaway is announced tomorrow, March 31st at noon. I will release the winner video. So you have to check back on my channel then. See who the winner is. Hello, sexy Nate. Got a couple more minutes before we get started. I'm going to do a traditional Celtic spread for you guys. And I'm also going to do, maybe pull some more cards for you at the end. Every month I do give away a tarot deck. This month, I hesitate to mention it because this is the April outlook. But this month, tomorrow, March 31st, I'm giving this away on my channel. So don't forget to message me and let me know if you're interested. But for April, if you're watching this video in April, during April sometime, obviously this video was made at March 30th at the end, please check my channel because I'll probably be giving away a different tarot deck for April, which will be given away April 30th. And so you'll have to let me know if you're interested in that one. So, all right, so this is a little timing thing because this is the April outlook video. So, hello, Phantom Punk 007. Ooh, that's a name, right? Phantom Punk 007. All right. Hello, thank you for stopping by. We're going to get into Gemini. It's 11:15, so I'm ready to cut your deck. I'm going to get right into it. And I don't want to waste too much time because a few people have actually shown up, have had a chance to show up. So let me just get right into it for my lovely Geminis, air signs. It's going to be a general reading, so we don't know what's going to be on the table until we pull the cards out. Let me move these over. All right, guys, straight out. April, 3 of Pentacles, works, and Knight of Cups. You have another Knight of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. Coming into the month, your energy is 5 of Swords, so some of you are dealing with a battle. Coming out, King of Wands. You have another King of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. Crosswatchers, you know that 2 of Pentacles has been everywhere in my readings. Temperance energy, you round off with 8 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have another court card, Queen of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of court cards. 5 court cards, including the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards. So a lot of people, right? Again, a lot of people. One of the readings I did earlier had a lot of court cards also. This is a traditional Celtic spread. I just layered the cards at the bottom for space, right? All right, guys. Yeah, again, right? Justina, you've been watching the other readings. So 2 of Pentacles has been showing up everywhere. Not surprisingly. Because 2 of Pentacles is all about financial upheaval and flux, environmental flux. So a lot of people are dealing with that right now. And so it's going to be an energy that keeps coming back in the readings, right? So let's get right into it. At the bottom, of course, at the bottom of everything for you in April, Gemini, is manifesting your career, your abundance, your business, right? Your environment. Right. Everything this month has been very Pentacles orientated, and I think that we're all kind of it's really strange. We've had a lot of Pentacles energy because all of us are having to hyper focus on our environment, how we're living, how we're conducting ourselves. Yet at the same time, a lot of us are having transcendence through this period of time. So let's get right into your reading, Gemini. At the heart of it, you have a 3 of Pentacles covered by the Knight of Cups. So you are dealing with a lot of work this month, right? You're dealing with a lot of work, a lot of cooperation, Gemini. You're going to be very busy dealing with people, and specifically with people, groups of people, maybe working in projects. This is going to be actually, your work. This is going to be what you're putting your nose to the grindstone for. You do have a Knight of Cups covering you. So this month there's going to be a love interest that's coming in for you. And this love interest is going to be there, I think, throughout the month, coming in, offering you a cup of love, being there for you. We'll see how this cross energy plays out, but it's a nice cross energy. It feels to me like somebody who you may or may not be in a committed long-term relationship with, but who consistently throughout the month is going to be giving you that sort of emotional support. Right? They're going to be wanting to talk to you and communicate with you and all of that. And it's going to be a very nice emotional support. To have Nine of Cups covering Three of Pentacles is a very nice energy. It feels like this person is not going to begrudge the fact that you have work to do. Or if you're working with a lot of people, they're not going to be all over like upset. And, they're literally there like really feeling like they're supporting you and loving you. So this is a nice energy for April for you, Gemini. Certainly for those of you who are resonating with this reading. Now, conscious and subconscious. I don't want to say unconscious. I'd rather say subconscious energies. Consciously, you're focused on this business. Knight of Pentacles, your works. Whatever your work is for you, you are absolutely hyper-focused on it right now this month. And this increase of working with others is going to feel like a real increase, right? But it's going to feel like an expansion. Certainly, though, it's all a part of what you are busy with this month, right? What you're wanting to be busy with, manifesting your goal. In your subconscious, in the back of your mind, you have a Nine of Wands. So I think for a lot of you, you've been on a very long path of struggling. And you've been really working towards, or you've probably been on this path for quite some time, but right now you're beginning to look back on some of the difficulties you've been through, and you're about to resonate up to a higher level of understanding. You're about to let go of some burdens that have been holding you back, and right now, I think in April, you're beginning to see that there's a change in the air, right, for you. And the change is all about letting go of some baggage, perhaps, some hang-ups, some baggage, we want to call it, right? That maybe you've held on to, and you're starting, for a while, you've been holding on to them. And I think that now you're just starting to realize how they've been holding you back. So this month, some of the experiences you're going to be having working with people is going to really highlight that, I think. It could be that you're working with people in such a positive way that it's going to highlight how maybe up until recently you've been working with people in such a way that it hasn't been progressive. Do you see what I mean? It's something about April's work, which is good work that you're carrying on, that's somehow going to make you begin to look back on your recent activity up until now. Maybe the last few months or even the last few years, where it's going to cause you to look back and see the way you used to do it. You're going to begin to see issues with that, or you're going to begin to see where, some of that maybe wasn't good, or maybe inadvertently, you were holding yourself back. You're just going to be able to see a little bit easier what's really keeping you from your ultimate progress. And a lot of that is coming out of the work that you're doing in April. The increase, and it could be the nature of your work just changes a little bit, or the increase of it, or the nature of the type of people you're working with, or even the conditions. So many things are changing right now for everyone that even the working conditions can be enough to really open your eyes to a lot here with this Nine of Wands. You're coming into this period with a Five of Swords, so there's definitely a battle. Some of you have been dealing with some kind of power battle, I want to say. And again, this is, of course, going to be at your work, I think. Could be in your private life, but in general, it's been something that's really been on your mind. And you're coming into this April period kind of being a little bit exhausted from it, I'm going to say. Five of Swords is the card for defeat, but it's not because you've actually been defeated. It's the feeling of just throwing your hands up and saying, look, I can't be bothered with this battle with you anymore. You know what I mean? It's the understanding that just being entwined in this kind of power dynamic, it just ultimately brings you down. It's causing you a lot of energy. There's no nobility in it. The person that you're battling with isn't even playing fairly. So you just realize that this is just something you don't want to focus your energy on anymore. And so in this way, it's like giving up on something that's quite negative in your life, giving up on a battle that you know you really don't need to carry on. And so this is the feeling you're coming in. Some of you are coming into April with. Some of you are coming into April with this feeling of, you know what, I'm just, because for some of you who are used to tarot, right? The next card is the Six of Swords. What is the Six of Swords? In the Six of Swords, we see the figure turning his back and now moving away. Moving away. So it's like in Five of Swords, you say, okay, this battle is just too much. It's like, I'm done. You throw up your hands, you win, have your hollow victory. By the time you get to that Six of Swords, it's like you're ready to absolutely move towards harmony and be away from strife. This is the strife. And Five of Swords really indicates that, it indicates a period in your life where you're just about to be like done with it because it's overwhelming. And you're starting to realize it for what it is. Rounding out April period, you're sitting quite pretty. You've come out of this battle, which was really beneath you. And it's really, I think, throughout your experiences this month, you really rise up to a position of vision. The one thing we know about the King of Wands is that he is the card for vision. He's a visionary. He has a vision for what he wants to manifest. He has wisdom and he has understanding, and he has foresight. He is a leader. He's a strong leader. He's very passionate, but he's a leader by example. He's the type of leader that people follow not because he put himself in a leadership position, but because people want to be like him or they want to emulate him. He's the type of leader that has followers without even sort of asking for it. He's a natural born leader, if you know what I mean, right? That's what we say by a natural born leader in a lot of ways, And you come out of this period with a lot more vision and a lot more passion, I want to say. Even though, yes, you've been focused on your path here with the King of Pentacles, by the time you round out April, this path that was probably a bit more, I want to say, material and specific to maybe your career objective, kind of expands into a vision for yourself, or a vision or objective that you have for your future that you want to attain. Your attitude this month is one of another king energy. So more king energy. You have a lot of authority this month, Gemini. You're really in a sort of very fiery mood all the way around because kings are associated with fire. And you've already now resonated with two kings, and here's your third king, all in positions for energies that you're resonating with. So this is not individuals necessarily coming in. This is you. King of Swords is the fieriness of the mind and of communication. So here we have your desire this month to come in and be very, very honest, very clear-headed. You just absolutely will not tolerate any bullshit this April. You're being very methodical, very planned. You're really thinking about every move that you're making, and you're maintaining this clarity. Right, you're maintaining the clarity by not entertaining any nonsense either. And this is good energy to have because what greets you this month is a lot of financial ups and downs and chaos. And by the way, this is happening for everyone. Two of Pentacles has been showing up in all of my readings. And so for my collective, I'm not going to say for everyone out there, but for the people who are drawn to my readings and for the people that my readings are for, all of you may be experiencing some flux financially or environmentally, but we're all in the same boat. We're all going through it. The one thing with Two of Pentacles is that it is very emotionally draining or taxing because, of course, it's very sort of... it causes a lot of anxiety, right? Not knowing where you're going to land, not knowing what's going to happen next, right? So this is a natural kind of state of affairs that we can find ourselves in. And we just have to kind of get through it, right? But we're all kind of there. The one thing with Two of Pentacles is that it will sort of calm down. The Pentacles will eventually land where they need to land or where they must land. It's just the energy right now of the unknowing. Right? The unknowing, and that causes the anxiety. But not knowing is a good thing sometimes because here we're just forced to survive, right? We're forced in a way to survive and to react in a real time. And that really puts our minds in the here and now. You know, and maybe that was something that we all really needed as a society, to be forced to put our minds and our focus on the here and now. Nevertheless, you have a lot of that energy coming at you this month, Gemini. Regardless of the fact that you are indeed working a lot more with people, I think that this Two of Pentacles, of course, is just a general kind of, it will probably come in waves, I'm going to say, you know, waves of up and down, right? Nevertheless, remember, you do have Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of your deck, and this really indicates that all of this is just stepping stones on your path to your own abundance and garden. The Queen of Pentacles knows what it takes. She comes from a barren wasteland, right? And she understands that it takes blood, sweat, and tears. She absolutely will manifest her garden. She lives in her own garden. So these are all just stepping stones to you achieving this garden for yourself. And so having her at the bottom of the deck is a little, you know, it's a little assurance for you, I guess I would say, or a little motivator, right? In the sense that you are ultimately working towards a place of abundance and stability. Temperance energy comes in for your hopes and dreams, and also the same position for your fears. And for a lot of you, you are hoping that you can temper yourself this period, right? You're hoping that you can remain strong and that the outside influences coming around you. Hello, Star B. I only just looked over. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, temperance energy. You know, I think this is what you're hoping for. You're hoping to maintain your center, to remain in control. And with temperance, you know, temperance is interesting. Temperance is the ability to not allow outside influences to affect how you conduct yourself, so that you remain completely in control of yourself at all times. You don't succumb to any triggers that people may poke or prod. That you don't basically let your ego do the knee-jerk reaction that egos will do, that you can kind of control that, right? And so this is really what you desire in a lot of ways. And of course you do, Gemini, because right now, a lot of that flux, Two of Pentacles flux, is very, you know, for Gemini, for an air sign like you, it whips up a lot of wind. It whips up a lot of wind, and you're wanting the winds to stay quite calm, especially at a time when there's a lot of upheaval environmentally. And I get that. And this is just an energy that you can meditate on. You round off the month with the Eight of Wands. I'm going to come back to it. Let me pull out your clarifiers. We'll pull out 4 clarifiers just to check. And Eight of Wands really is, I'm going to say it's an increase in a lot of energy, information, messages. Sometimes I call that my viral card. It could be that by the end of the month, all hell breaks loose in terms of connections and people and things. You know, it's like you may be in a period, how should I say it? Although for you, Three of Pentacles indicates that this April is going to be a period of activity for you. It's not like you're going to be standing still for April, Gemini. You're going to definitely have a period of activity and work and progress, right, happening. You know, enterprise will be happening, if you know what I mean. But by the end of this period, to have that Eight of Wands just seems to be a lot of emotions and messages and data coming your way. And it could be that things really ramp up by the end of the month. More than anything, Eight of Wands indicates that you need to put boundaries in place. It is 8 is the number for strength and for boundaries. So it really requires you to put boundaries in place for yourself if you want to maintain your stability, right? And your critical discernment, right? Because with Eight of Wands, we begin to not, we begin to not know who to believe because so much is coming in, right? So let's go ahead and see your clarifiers, my lovely Gemini. 4 of Swords, there we have strategy. 7 of Wands, your valor is coming in. The High Priestess, and we have the 6 of Wands of victory. So again, yeah, by the end of the month, so this is, I think, why you have that Eight of Wands coming in. Bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Wands. This is why I love to do clarifiers, you know. Okay, so Eight of Wands has come in to re-clarify. Now I understand. This 6 of Wands is a victory. So by the end of the month, what I said to you, the hard work that you're putting in on this path that you've been on with the Knight of Pentacles, I said earlier, is going to really feel like it's going to expand into a vision. You have a victory this month. And I think the victory will be either, it'll be a victory in your work, right? But it'll be a kind of victory that really spurs you on, right? And I think this victory, of course, is one of the reasons why you kind of go right into your King of Wands energy. You're right into your sort of very ambitious, very sort of looking to the future, having plans, having visionary plans now for what you want to accomplish for the future, because you're riding on this high from the Six of Wands. And whatever the victory is, it'll be coming in towards the end of the month. Now I understand why you got the Eight of Wands, because it very well could be that whatever this victory is, it's generally a public victory with Six of Wands. So depending on whatever line of work you're in, you may have quite a public acknowledgement of your success or your progress here. And that's going to increase by the end of the month. You might indeed be going viral in a sense that everybody's got their eye on you, right? Whether that's even in your little social group or in your little community or in your city or state, or if it's on a grand scale, whatever scale that's on, okay? This could even just be within a family. Say you have a victory that the family knows about, and all of a sudden everybody in the family is calling you up. It's that kind of thing, but it could be on any scale. You could have a victory at your company, and now all of a sudden you have a bunch of colleagues and people who want to work with you. Or you could be having a victory in your community, and now all of a sudden you have people in the community contacting you. Whatever the case is, it serves to sort of really infuse this vision you have for your future. Be strategic. Knight of Pentacles is covered with Four of Swords. So in order for that victory to come in, be careful with your thinking this month. Four of Swords indicates that you definitely have to take your time. You know, when you don't know what your action should be, call a truce. You know, come back, because Four of Swords is a card for truce also, right? Come back to your corners. Allow everybody to get back to their corners and allow yourself the time to really think up the next decision. Don't be hasty in your decision making. You know what I'm saying? Meditate. Think about the steps that you're making. Don't make knee-jerk reactions. And again, this is going to be closely aligned with Temperance energy here. But Four of Swords is letting you know this is the way to go. This is the energy that you need to focus on for April, Gemini, to make sure that you are staying on this path, which eventually is going to lead to this victory and to this increase by the end of April. In the back of your mind is Nine of Wands and Seven of Wands. You have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you know the victory is coming because, like I said earlier, you've begun to look back and realize the flaws or the mistakes or the hang-ups that you've been carrying that's really been keeping you from this ultimate place where you're ending up. King of Wands, authority, Queen of Pentacles, abundance. But your courage, you have faith and courage anyway, because Seven of Wands indicates that even though you look back and you see that this month you know that you have to keep working, right? You know that you have to keep working. You know that you have to keep fighting. You know all of these things. Seven of Wands is that fiery energy that we put in towards achieving our dreams. You know, seven is the number for dreams and aspirations. The Seven of Wands is that unstoppable sort of look. I'm going to make it no matter how many obstacles you throw in my way. High Priestess comes over this Five of Swords. So again, yes, you've decided to really turn your back on a particular struggle coming out of March, because I think you realize with the High Priestess energy, this is a learning. You know, it's a learning experience where you've realized that until I leave my focus, take my focus off this battle, I'm not going to be able to go towards the future that I want. And this is an understanding that you're coming out of. So as you're coming into April, Gemini, you've come out of a recent, I think probably a very recent epiphany of understanding the nature of how focusing and engaging your energy on certain, let's put it this way, what you focus and engage your energy on is going to determine what you continue to have to focus, engage your energy on. Do you see what I mean? This is a life understanding that the High Priestess knows, and you've gotten it, right? So you've gone through something. Some of you, perhaps in February, March, have gone through certain events where you've learned this lesson for yourself, and you're very much coming into this month with a totally different attitude about work and everything. This is one of the reasons why you're going to really be coming out of this month actually with a lot of increased activity, increased work. It's a very nice reading, guys. It's very, very nice indeed. And like I said, Eight of Wands has come out to re-clarify Eight of Wands. And again, this means putting boundaries in place. For those of you, if you're coming out of April and you're having a lot of sort of success and attention and everyone's coming in for you, everyone wants a piece of you, now all of a sudden everything's increased in a lot of different ways. Remember that the secret to the Eight of Wands is boundaries. putting boundaries in place and enforcing those boundaries so that everybody, you know what I mean? That's kind of like and automatically putting people where they belong, so you don't have to do it on a case by case by case, by incident by incident by incident. When you establish boundaries, then you don't have to spend that energy every time, and every time you encounter somebody, reassessing them, reassessing the encounter, and deciding how much you're going to give or take, right? This is something we do every time we deal with somebody. But if we already have established certain boundaries with someone, then we don't have to do that every time they see them. We're able to keep much more of our energy for ourselves. And this is going to be necessary because you have so much coming in for you by the end of the month, especially with that Eight of Wands coming out twice. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for checking out Bow and Arrow Tarot. This is your outlook for April. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and watched this live stream. I'm going to be trying to live stream more often. Go to my community page. I'm doing a poll to see what time of day you guys would prefer for me to live stream. I think I'm going to pack it in for this evening, but I will be right back tomorrow, March 31st. And don't forget, tomorrow at noon, I will be uploading the winner video, and you will find out who the winner of this month's tarot deck giveaway is. But for right now, Gemini, have a wonderful, wonderful April, and I'll see you throughout April in your Gemini tarot readings. Bye-bye now.